Hello, I'm Johnny from Green Herb Gaming. I am playing some more Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch. So, I have been exploring a lot more of the Mushroom Kingdom lately, and I have found so many Super Mario 64 Easter eggs. In fact, the Mushroom Kingdom is essentially one giant Super Mario 64 Easter egg. So in this video I am going to show you just a few of these Easter eggs, and I'm also going to discuss the possibility of a Super Mario 64 remake in the future, which I would absolutely love. So yeah, the first Easter egg is probably the most obvious Easter egg, and that is the ability to buy Mario's Super Mario 64 costume in the Mushroom Kingdom. So you can make Mario look like how he looked in Super Mario 64. So that's the most obvious Easter egg and the most biggest Easter egg of all. Super Mario 64 Easter egg, that is. And of course you have Peach's Castle in the background, the most iconic location in Super Mario 64. So I'll actually, once again, I will show you the inside of Peach's Castle. Now I know I did this in my previous videos, but you know, just for the purpose of the video, I will show you a little bit inside. Now it doesn't look exactly like the inside of Peach's Castle in Super Mario 64, but there's enough Easter eggs in there to satisfy anybody, including the music that's playing right now in the background. So you have the black and white checker tiles. You have the, you know, the little sun kind of like mat at the end of the stairs. You've got the red stairs itself, and you have the, you know, the cloud walls as well. So it doesn't look exactly like Peach's Castle in Super Mario 64, but as I said, like there's enough in here to bring back nostalgia to any fan of Super Mario 64. Now the second thing I will show you is the roof of Peach's Castle, and anyone who is a fan of Super Mario 64 and who has completed that game 100% will know what I am about to do, because good old Yoshi is on top of the castle. So I need to find this Scarecrow. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of editing from here onwards because I'm holding the camera with one hand and a Joy-Con with the other hand. So I throw a cap at the Scarecrow, stairs appears. I'm going to have to pause the video, and I am on top of Peach's Castle. So getting to the top of Peach's Castle is another fantastic Super Mario 64 Easter egg, and of course it wouldn't be the top of Peach's Castle without good old Yoshi. So I'm now going to pause the video and get Yoshi off the top of Peach's Castle. And here is Yoshi. Once again, another fantastic Super Mario 64 Easter egg, because when you collected all 120 Power Stars in Super Mario 64, you could reach the top of Peach's Castle and find Yoshi. Now, I'm not going to show you every single Super Mario 64 Easter egg in this video, but I'm going to end this short video by showing you one final Easter egg. And it's probably the best Super Mario 64 Easter egg of all. Sorry Yoshi, I'm going to have to love you and leave you for this part of the video. Now you can see that again, Mario is dressed the same as he was dressed in Super Mario 64. So Mario looks exactly how he looked in Super Mario 64. And that makes this Toad very happy, because this Toad is a massive fan of how Mario looked like in the good old days, Super Mario 64. You know what? I miss your blocky, polygonal look. Glad to let you in anytime you're dressed like that. Well, I am dressed like that, Toad. And you're so classic right now. You can go right on in. Now, this I would Now I know there's so many big Super Mario 64 Easter eggs. It's hard to pick, my favorite, and it's hard to pick the best. But this would probably have to be the best. Super Mario 64 Easter egg in the Mushroom Kingdom in Super Mario Odyssey. And here it is. A iconic location in Super Mario 64. The little garden with the star fountain. You've got the classic trees. You even got the treasure chests as well. No, they weren't here originally, but this is the classic location from Super Mario 64. It's the garden and the star fountain. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Hold on, I might be able to do this. See, again, I'm holding the camera with one hand and I'm holding the phone with the other hand, so it's not that easy to achieve. But I might be able to do it. Yeah, I can manage it. So what I need to do is I need to get Cappy to swing at that star. And speaking of star, look at that. I mean, you cannot talk about a Super Mario Easter egg, or you can't even talk about Super Mario 64. So you can't talk about Super Mario 64 without talking about a Power Star. That right there is a classic Power Star from Super Mario 64, and I'm dressed in Mario's Super Mario 64 costume. And listen to this. So, what an amazing Super Mario 64 Easter egg. So, we're dressed as Super Mario from Super Mario 64. We've got Peach's Castle theme song playing in the background. We went inside Peach's Castle. I'm in the garden of Peach's Castle right now. We've got to the top of Peach's Castle. All these Super Mario 64 Easter eggs. Fantastic Super Mario 64 Easter eggs. You gotta wonder, could we possibly see a remake for Super Mario 64? I think we will. I certainly hope so, because I love that game. That was the first Mario game I ever played. I just think that Nintendo have planted the seed. You know what I mean? They've done so much in Super Mario Odyssey. Like, they've teased us. Like, they've given us the classic look. They've given us all these Easter eggs. They've given us Peach's Castle. They've given us the music. They've thrown in so many Super Mario 64 Easter eggs into Super Mario Odyssey, in the Mushroom Kingdom. I just think that they've definitely thought about it. They've definitely thought about it, at least, which is a good sign. I do think we could see Super Mario 64 remake. I think it would make so much sense, because there's such a new generation of Mario fans. I mean, that's the great thing about Nintendo, is they can get the kids into their franchises, and that creates a new generation. So there's a whole new generation of Mario fans out there who've never played Super Mario 64, who've never heard of Super Mario 64, and it's such an iconic game because it's the first 3D Mario game. Like, there's so many young kids right now. I'm talking 4, 5, 6 very young kids who are playing Super Mario 64. Who are playing Super Mario Odyssey. And that's their first Mario game. So it would be pretty cool if Nintendo could, remake the very first 3D Mario game, Super Mario 64, and, give people the opportunity to play that game for the first time. Or, for die-hard, long-term fans of Mario like myself, just an opportunity to experience Mario's first 3D adventure in all its, HD glory, and, it would look fantastic on the Switch if they fully remade it. And when you think about what Capcom are doing with Resident Evil 2 remake, and Square Enix are remaking Final Fantasy 7, I mean, those are two of the greatest games of all time, Resident Evil 2 and Final Fantasy 7. So it would make sense if Nintendo, joined these two companies and remade one of the greatest games of all time, Super Mario 64. And pay homage to the very first 3D Mario game. So I think with all these cool and fantastic Super Mario 64 Easter eggs in the Mushroom Kingdom, Super Mario Odyssey, I just think that the time for a remake of Super Mario 64 is here, Nintendo. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.